My name is Khadija. I am the coordinator of the National Journalism Award. And on my left here is Mr. Sise. He's the chairman of the National Journalism Award. So I will just give you a brief background of the award, and then Musa will go into the logistical details of the award. So generally, to sum up, the award is an annual event organized by the Gambian Press Union. And as you all know, the union, the press union is the umbrella body of journalists in the Gambia. The award is our flagship of the World Press Freedom Day. If you all know that, May 3rd every year, the GPU commemorates the World Press Freedom Day. So because of this, in 2016, the GPU for the first time, as part of the World Press Freedom Day celebration, came up with the National Journalism Awards ceremony. So the award is in line with GPU's mandate, which is to promote professionalism in the Gambia, so to celebrate and also to celebrate the work of journalists. So because of this, we came up with the National Journalism Award. So since then, every year, the GPU gathers people from all walks of life, from the civil society, private sector, diplomatic community, and the other sectors in the Gambia to showcase the work of journalists and also to celebrate the work of journalists. So since then, as this year's award, which is the 4th edition of the National Journalism Award, is going to be celebrated on the 12th of July, that is next Friday, at the Arablanda Coral Beach Hotel. So when it comes to that, this year we have received a lot of entries. More than 200 entries have been received based on 20 different categories. So, and because we have shortlisted some people who will be awarded, 13 categories have been shortlisted, and then we have other areas which will be shortlisted. But Musa will go into all those details. So I will hand over that to Musa after Musa's statement. Also, if you have any questions or comments, also you can ask. So Musa.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Dija. As Khadija mentioned, this is the 4th edition of the National Journalism Award, and it suffices to say that as a mandate for the union, in encouraging and of course promoting the profession, these kind of awards are very much necessary. They are necessary because it encourages. It encourages because it inspires. It inspires because there's lots of people aspiring to become journalists. If at the end of any given day that you are seen to be championing a cause or bettering in whatever you're doing, so we believe that journalism in this country will be growing very much. So that is why the Gambian Press Union, in conjunction with World Press Freedom Day, which falls on every 3rd of May, initiated this thing some 4 years ago, and this is the 4th year in which this is being celebrated. And that is why, when this time of the year comes around every year, the press and members of the Gambia media fraternity are called often to come and put their best foot forward, in the jobs that they think they've been doing over the last 12 months, to bring it to the forefront, to give in to some prominent men and women identified by the award committee to scrutinize and see who best has been making the headlines, has been championing our cause, reflecting our society, that is mirroring what our society is all about. Because we should all be very much aware that today the media landscape is so rich, but at the same time it's also very, very messy, and if you understand what I'm saying. So being the case, when these things happen, like the award, many youngsters will tend to learn from what is happening or what is happening. You can identify yourself with a certain journalist who's been doing a fantastic job of some sort, and that can only better some of you, the youngsters coming on and joining the profession. And that is why, as Khadija mentioned, this flagship event by the union has mandated, and everything that is happening in this house is to see how best we encourage, how best youngsters are inspired to take up this profession. Journalists are not the best of people, but the profession is very noble. When I say best of people, I mean the best of jobs in many people's eyes. But it depends on the men and women practicing it. You make it the best there is, it is the best there is. You make it the worst there is, it could be. But that's not what we're talking about it here. Come next Friday, the 12th, or Saturday, the 12th of July, Friday, excuse me, Lebranda, every member of the Gambian press and media would be gathered in this very hall in Bruford to be part of something that is epic. Epic in the sense that you will be seen, you will be heard. It's glamour. It happens all over the world. So if it happens here in the Gambia, we should all be seen to be part of it, to be celebrating it. And a lot of work has been done in the past 3 months, leading to next week when it will culminate with the date. And it's also suffice to suggest that when the day comes in, we will be honoring some men and women, who have done so much over the years for press freedom in this country. So I hope that suffices for what I have to say right now on the preparation, and we'll be taking your questions as we proceed in the question phase. Thank you.
Okay, if anyone has any questions.
Can you please explain to us the process you took to select the nominees? That's number one.
Thank you.
Number two, was the public involved in the nomination process? Why or why not? And finally, entertainment journalists. We have seen that you, for those who are nominated, I say they are, how to call it, environmental, sport, but no entertainment. Is it that entertainment is not important, or why is entertainment not there?
Thank 5 personalities who are selected as judges who don't have anything to do with us, and they are eminent, and the publicity, you remember when it started, was every practitioner was asked to submit three of his or her best works to the union, which is then forwarded to the panelists of judges who sat a couple of weeks ago to identify the best of works there is. Our committee has nothing to do with the process of this thing. All that we do is create them their terms of reference to judge, to at least determine the best of works. These works, with their criteria for them. The works that are presented, we looked for originality, we look for its impact on our society, we look for its language presentation, and a lot of other things. Because we want to encourage people to really raise their level in what they do in terms of journalism. When you broadcast, we expect you to be a good broadcaster. We expect you to be somebody who understands the language, who masters the language, depending on which language you're using. But language is also a very intricate thing. When you write, we expect you to at least put something that is out there which everyone can relate to. Oh, this is a good piece. It's not a primary language or primary school language that you expect to be presenting to national press or the national media, which you expect to win you an award. No, that is not the case. So that is one thing. The public has nothing to do with the process. The public are just to support, to see, because it's not a public thing. That answers your second question. Entertainment, I can't remember. You have an entertainment category? No. It might be an oversight, I think, because we have 22 categories that were put forward at first. Last time we had about 10. We had, I think almost we had half of the number we had this year. But we are improving on the number of categories depending on what we see in the press and the media, what is coming up. Entertainment is one important aspect. Hopefully, next year we might be able to see if we can bring it into the categories.
Also, just an addition to your second question, when it comes to the public, mostly it's true, journalism, our work is presented to the public, but also when you look at how journalistic materials are judged, it's different. So people can just go in and vote, but they don't know the details of how did you get your work, when it comes to issues of originality, when it comes to issues of ethics and everything. So these things, they are saying you need a professional to be able to judge that. So that's why when it comes to journalistic work all over the world, the standard is that you have a jury panel who will say who are professionals, who understand the ethics of the profession, the work, the technicalities and everything. So they can be, because these are people who are informed by all the details. And also, like, one of the key criteria Musa spoke about is the issues of originality. Because you can have a work which is very popular to the public, but is it your original work? Did you plagiarize it and everything? So these are the things that only a professional can understand. So that's why journalistic work are not out there for voting, for people to vote and everything. But you need a panel of expertise who will sit, look at your work and judge whether it has met the standards that are required when we start with journalism. And adding into the entertainment, it's true because like what Musa said, most of the categories are informed because we look at what's happening in our field now. We do have a lot of people who say that they are entertainment journalists also, but do they qualify to be called a journalist? You can be a DJ, sit there, play music, but that's not journalistic because we are talking about original work. So that's why we encourage people, most of the categories, we want to encourage people for journalists to go out there. What are the issues affecting our entertainment industry? Do we really look at that? Are we reporting on those issues? And this is one of the key things that's very, very lacking. And what will happen is that we can put the categories there, but whether they will be, because even this year, most of the categories were disqualified by the judges because they didn't meet the, when it comes to the originality, it's not on their original work. So you can play music, report, okay, this musician has a concert here, but that's just basic reporting. But are we doing the key thing, that is really doing the journalistic work? When you say the journalistic work, are we finding our own material, our own piece? Do we look at what are the issues affecting the industry? How do we promote our entertainment industry and all those things? So those are some of the things that are very lacking in the entertainment industry. And we hope that the journalists will take up this issue so that at least we can, it can be one of the categories and then it can be awarded every year.
Yes, sir.
What I want to ask is, over the years, keenly following the major developments concerning this, it's like the people behind the scenes. When I talk here, I'm talking about the photojournalists. Also, you see photos taken by Jason, photojournalists, and I know they are playing a crucial role as far as the TRRC is concerned. What mechanism have you put in place to put consideration to these people?
Thank you. Just as DJ mentioned on the issue of entertainment, photojournalism goes with entertainment in a way. The photojournalism practice in this country is yet to take off because we have few press houses which do tend to prefer reproducing images taken before, and we also do see seldom images that have been credited. That is one thing. And in also responding to your question, if photojournalists are not seen to be putting their works forward, it will be very difficult for them to be judged in the public sphere. The public sphere is the press out there where pictures are published and have owners. This is the problem that I'm just coming to that. DJ is just reminding me that there is even a category for it. But no photojournalist, no practicing photojournalist made a submission. So unlike the entertainment issue, so this is some of the things that we are concerned about. We cannot probably next year, we are not going to bring in the photojournalist category because of what happened this year. It might change, others will drop, we might introduce new ones. But we have to also understand that this is the essence of why the press union is organizing this award. Is about awakening everybody in the press, in the media and press industry, to tell you that there is a professional level, there's a professional angle to what we're doing, and you have to live up to that to be recognized. And that's what we're calling for. I hope that answers your question. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I am Bana Sawari. You said you
media house?
Yeah, Viscous Radio.
Thank you.
Yes, you said their stories. So who are these people? And also, is there any level of experience that you recognize for people to send their stories in? Like if you have 1 year experience, you can send in your story. Or how do you people do this?
Okay, if in Quran, Agnes Tomasi is the director of West African Democratic Radio in Dakar, a seasoned journalist. We have Hausum Sise, a senior lecturer at UTG and a seasoned writer and historian. We have Yuf Cole.
No,
Ami was
Esther Williams.
We have Esther Williams, who is also and Aisa Davo, who is in Dakar, a seasoned journalist. And you name it, Esther Williams is also a broadcaster and a journalist. So, I mean, this team, this group of people are all eminent and in their profession, so we can question their integrity and delivery. I mean, these are the men and women who judge, who looked at the works that are submitted, to us. And of course, the result is what determines who the winners are, not the award committee per se. The second part of your question has to do with
the experience, the level of experience.
of those people.
Yeah.
Those
No.
assets.
The people that are, the people sending in their story.
I mean,
Is
no.
there any criteria of age?
The
like
criteria,
experience?
I'm sorry, I will understand. There is no criteria per se in terms of their personalities. No. Be a practicing journalist, be a type of a media house, or even a freelancer. What we have said in the criteria to satisfy anybody or to certify anybody who can submit this out is that the works that you have to submit has to be done in the last 12 months. In the last 12 months, they must be published in here. There must be a program that has been aired, that we can prove that it is not plagiarized, that it has some originality, that it's well presented, and so forth. Because we can't take or afford anybody to come and plagiarize anything, take someone's story, edit the byline, and make it yours. It's criminality. You do that in any academic cycle, if it's university, you'll be sent home. That's the end of you. So in the profession at this level, you cannot also be seen to be doing that. And that's what these people, of course, as eminent as they are, have this eagle eye to look at all these things, scrutinize the works, and then come out with the result that we're going to present on Friday.
Yes.
Okay, my name is Marisa. I'm from Puerto.
Thank you.
I just wanted to know, do you have, there are some people, do you have ways in which people come to be nominated? Because I've seen people that were nominated last year and then they're nominated this year. Do you have something specific to say if you're nominated within 3 years, or maybe if you're nominated 2 times, you cannot come again, or is it open, you can come anytime, every year?
Oh, thank you. Let me say this thing. The award committee doesn't nominate anybody in the first place. Yeah? Probably it's a language in here. The award committee doesn't nominate. What happened is that you and your colleagues submit their works. If their works are shortlisted by the judges, if every year, for example, every year you submit your work into this category, every 12 months you've done some good jobs and you present it to the category, that's when you are shortlisted for an award. If that happens to you, because you must be doing good. It's not that we chose you, it's because your job chooses you. Your job is what vindicates what you're doing. And that is being done by the judges, not us. If you go to a race every year, every athlete, you go every year, you go every event you go, and 100 meters event, you go and win it. It's because you're good. So it's the same as these journalists who, depending on any category in which they submit their works, and they happen to come on top or be there or second or third, it's because they must be doing something good. And that's what I think answers your question.
Okay, I just want to add a few things here so that we know how the setup is done. You know, you have the press union, the Gambian press union is the umbrella body. Then the GPU forms the award committee. And the award committee has their own terms of reference and they are independent. They have the independent of the GPU. So I think the only person who is working at the GPU secretariat and the committee, it's me, because I have to help with the day-to-day works of the committee. You have the committee members. None of them are working at the GPU. Most of them are actually GPU members, but they are not working for the GPU. So the committee members, because they are independent of the GPU, they are the ones who look at who can be the judge of the award. So which means that we see how the judges are even way independent from the committee will nominate the judges, give them their terms of reference, and then the judges will just look at the submissions, and then they will choose. So because this is very important, because we don't want the GPU to, because GPU is representing everyone. And when it comes to issues of bias, GPU has to be away from that. And the judges need to be independent to do their work. The committee is independent, the committee chooses the judges. The judges only answer to the committee members, so they don't have anything to do with the GPU. So the committee chooses them, they do their work, submit their work to the chairman of the award committee, and then the chairman will release the shortlisted candidates, and then in the day of the award, you will announce the winners. And in the day of the award, you will see that the judges will come and justify why A or B wins, why some categories there are no nominees, why they disqualify certain people. So they will give their own independent analysis of the submissions they have. So that's how it works.
And just to buttress that equally, as we speak right now, even though the judges have done their job, nobody knows who the winners are. Perhaps it's only the judges and me, myself, and I as the chairman, not even the award committee members. So that just shows you the confidentiality and the trust we have to put in this thing to make sure that everything is intact to avoid any mishap of any sort. Yeah. Any question? Thank you. Thank you.